Welcome to the Level 2 Advanced Trial Class Overview. Let's take a look at how we can effectively teach some of these slides. Let's begin with slide number 1. This slide is an overview for the parents to see the learning objectives. Notice in the tips, throughout this lesson, you will be supported with scaffold up and scaffold down content. This is to support those advanced learners or those that need a little bit more support. On the greeting slide, slide 2, you will greet the student and begin building rapport. Follow the steps in the teaching tips here and notice that there are those scaffold up and scaffold down tips. If the student is advanced, here you may ask, how old are you? How are you? Those level appropriate rapport building questions. On slide 3, you're going to continue building this rapport. Remember, as you're building rapport, you are assessing the student's language level and their personality. If you notice this student is advanced already, support the student here and get them to sing along with you, offering great TPR and support. Notice in the teaching tips, if you need to scaffold down, you can simply have them clap along and get motivated to start this lesson. Slide 4 is a transitional page. You're essentially looking at the picture and see if you can engage the student into the story. Click the audio clip. Oh no! You can expand by saying, oh no, monster, and making that great scared face. Please limit your use of incidental language on this slide, as that can be very confusing for the student at the beginning of this lesson. On slide 5, you are teaching the vocabulary words nose, mouth, and eyes for this lesson. You may have the student repeat these words back to you. If you need to scaffold up here, you may have the student repeat 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 eyes, getting that student to have more output and using those numbers. Slide 6 is the interactive reward slide. This is a great place to use the printable resources located in the portal. Let's go find Monster! Dino will travel to each planet. The student will receive their first star on this slide. I used the printable planets for Dino to travel to. This is also a great place to model that interactive feature. Drag and drop. Slide 7 is a game. On game slides, it's important to limit the use of incidental language. Simply click Start. If you need to scaffold down here, have the student repeat the vocabulary word of each card. To scaffold up here, you may ask, how many eyes do you see? Getting the response, I see 2 eyes. On slide 10, we're teaching new vocabulary using those layered teaching tips. Using the scaffold up and scaffold down teaching tips allows us to engage students at different ability levels. Here, if it's a lower level learner, we're going to have the student repeat us. Big, big. Using TPR is a great way to engage our students and allow them to participate and be supported in their learning. Slide 12 is another interactive game. Model here how this slide works. Click on one of the monsters and match to the corresponding text. Have the student repeat. Then see if the student can do this independently. To scaffold down here, simply have the student repeat, as this is getting equal output to yours. To scaffold up here, see if the student can match independently and give the output on their own. You can also click the reset button here. It shuffles the monster, and this shows if the student is actually comprehending what they're learning, as they are not matching to the same spots. On slide 14, when introducing these sentences, use strong TPR. I have small eyes. Listen for the student to repeat. To scaffold up here, you may ask, do you have big eyes? I like to get out my prop with big eyes and really zoom into the camera. On audio clip slides, such as slide 15, it's important to make sure we still have strong student output. When you click on the audio and it says, I have a big mouth, make sure to have the student repeat this sentence. To scaffold up here, you may ask, how many eyes does it have? Slide 18 is my favorite interactive feature. Click the start button and watch the spinner go. It will land on a vocabulary word. You need your student to respond with, I have a small nose. Get the student to repeat the sentence. To scaffold up here, you may ask about the color of the nose or the color of the monster. On slide 19, the student is building a monster. Click the audio clip, see if the student can repeat, and drag and drop the corresponding facial feature. To extend here, you may reset and let the student build their own monster. I have a big mouth. I have a big nose. On slide 20, we begin wrapping up the lesson. Dino finally finds monster. Get that student to repeat the audio clip or extend with wow, monster. Limit the use of transitional language as this is just a simple, quick slide. For the goodbye song, see if you can get your student to participate more than they did at the start of the lesson. It still may mean they just cop along, but if they can, see if they can engage in your TPR and try singing the words along here. Then you'll wrap up with a quick but friendly goodbye. Best of luck teaching Level 2 advanced trial classes. Happy teaching!